Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott Wave update for XRP. Now, if you're new to the channel, we have been tracking this all the way since the summer. And what we're looking for in Elliott Wave terms is a contracting triangle. This is what it looks like idealized in the top left as an A, B, C, D, E, 5-wave move, 3-wave patterns between each wave. This is what we were tracking all the way since the summer. And when everyone was calling this a dead coin, we were saying to go long because we're going to get a thrust continuation off the end of this E wave to all-time highs. And apparently it's not a dead coin anymore. So we're going to go from the largest time frame here on the daily, that's off the E wave, and we're going to go to the smaller time frames here. We've pretty much nailed this every step of the way, which means we are tracking things properly. It doesn't always happen that way in Elliott Wave, but when it does, you're on the right track. You continue following the path you're on. So off our low as our E wave, have this as wave 1 and 2, third wave complete, fourth has completed as a triangle potentially, and we're looking for our fifth wave to complete this entire 5-wave move before a larger correction. Now I took the length of wave 1 off the end of our triangle. I'll show you that on the smaller time frames. Right now that's just at price discovery at 384, targets at 386. So what that leads me to believe is we're either going to get an extended fifth wave. Right now, the 1.618 is at 541. Or if you've watched my previous videos, my alternate count is this is a 1-2-1-2. And what that means is we'd get 5 waves within this wave, and our third wave gets moved over. So at that 1-to-1 target at 386, we might get a false breakout right above price discovery, get a fourth wave pullback like this, and then we actually get our fifth wave to the upside. In which case we'll re-pull our fibs, length of wave 1 off of wave 4, or if we get extended targets, length of wave 1 through 3 off of wave 4, first target would be a 618, which is way up there. So that's the way I'm looking at things on the largest degree. So right now, topping right around price discovery, and if we get a nice 3-wave pullback as either a triangle or a flat, our expectation for wave 4, that's where we'll look to take a re-entry. Obviously, as price action fills out, we can hone in on these targets, whether it's 386 or 541 or higher, based on the wave count that fills out within this fifth wave. Those are things that need to be done in real time as the price action fills out. So, since last video, we're targeting this as a triangle, as an A, B, C, D, E. Same version as the larger degree I just showed you, but on a smaller time frame. This is what we look for a wave 4, is a triangle or a flat. And it appears we got a triangle. If I go to the zoomed in E wave, it appears, this is kind of rare, but we got it as a E wave triangle in itself. So we got an A, B, C, D, E within our E wave. So in this scenario, our trend actually starts at 224.65 according to Binance. So if you are in longs here and you did decide to DCA at the 382 and the 50 and your stop was at the C, there's no reason you should have a hold on to a stop below this level if we are getting this trend continuation. It's if we are getting that, right? So you should, if you were able to DCA those spots, there's no way you should lose any money on this trade, even if it fails. So that's what I'm looking at, just trend continuation. If I go down to the 15-minute, right now have this as our current fourth wave. So if you are playing just this 5-wave move in yourself, we should not overlap wave 4 with wave 1. And if you're just playing this move, then your stop can go to this wave 1 high, as wave 4 should not touch the top of wave 1 in the impulse. But if you're playing it for this full 5-wave move, your stop right at that low at 224.65, up to you. But what I am going to be doing, because I did DCA this, my stop was originally at the C, and now it's raised to this level, pretty much at break even right now if it gets stopped out. My plan is to wait for this 4-5, wait for the larger correction, and once I get an ABC, I will be buying the breakout above this B wave within this correction, raising my stop at this wave 2. That's where I can take all this equity I have and add it to more position size up and above. If you're interested in those sort of strategies, I offer them in the Discord. And as price action changes, obviously those strategies change in real time. Now, what if we are not complete? There is a scenario where we're still mid-correction. And how that looks, I'll draw this roughly for you, is one thing to note in this scenario, we've talked about time. So wave 4 could extend out in time. It's usually longer than wave 2. Right now, that's all the way out in the end of February. So an option that's still in play, and I'll explain that, is if we get some sort of flat correction, perhaps we get an ending diagonal that grinds out here to the bottom end of our trend line, and our fifth wave actually comes over here. And what that would look like on the smaller time frames is this is our A wave, B wave mid, and how this would look as our correction is a combination as a W. Because we got this E wave triangle, it can be counted as a triangle in a B wave, and we have an A, B, C, D, E. So we get a W, X, Y. In that scenario, we'd expect this to be a three-wave move. Target the 1-to-1 of W off of our triangle there. Around the 1-to-1, you can see it was around 322. And that's the potential, if we have a three-wave move, to make a five-wave move back, and this becomes a 3-3-5 before our fifth wave actually starts. That's how we can still be mid-correction and even make higher highs. So, but important to note, if we make this five-wave move up and we start moving that way, in the bullish scenario, this should be a wave 3. So if you start to get rejection here, you can move your stop to the top of this wave 1 into profit, because if this is a wave 4, it should not overlap with this wave 1, especially if you get a five-wave move to the downside before getting stopped out, something like this, and you see on the micro time frame a pretty aggressive five-wave move. You can potentially hedge on a retrace or get out altogether and plan to re-enter lower, right? But until that actually happens and we get a 1-to-1 in that overlap, I consider this a complete correction, just looking for five waves to the upside. So we'll see what we get, and we'll go from there. But following exactly as we've wanted our path to be, most likely fourth wave complete as a triangle, the most likely correction for our fourth wave. So no need to think otherwise. Now, if you want to check out the Discord, I update multiple times a week, pretty much every chance I get. There's also an exclusive 20% rebate on all your trading fees for Blowfin within the Discord as a member, plus a 10% cashback bonus going on right now based on volume you trade. And also, if you are not a member of the Discord, you can get that bonus as well, and 5% rebate. The link is in the description. So check out the membership if you would like. The link is in the description. Hopefully see you in there. There is very good setups coming up within the next week. So if you're interested, I would suggest at least considering it now rather than after the big moves. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next one.